10 centimeters away. Multi-murderer.
I can't tell you that information. I need to go. I'm in a hurry. Take care.
Most people think the wars in the favelas is fought with rifles. They are wrong. It's fought with signals, with algorithms and invisible code. Today, Brazil is the world's most dangerous beta test. Today we talk about Israel's tech in Brazil. But before we dive in, during the research for this video, something happened to me that made me realize how powerful and dangerous this technology actually is. Most people see a lens. I see a decision being made before you even move. Michael B. Jordan, Hollywood star, Black Panther, and in Brazil he's flagged as a dangerous suspect. What I'm going to show you is not about crime, it's about technology and what happens if technology is trained on inequality. This is not policing anymore, it's move and counter move. Move A, the police deploys drones with facial recognition cameras. Counter move, the gangs deploy signal jammers and their own drones rigged with grenades. Uber and delivery apps geofence whole neighborhoods. If you are in a red zone, your world shuts down until Uber pays the gangs. In this building behind me is the biggest video wall of whole Latin America. They call it smart city management, while I call it the digital Panopticon. When public power and private profit sits in the same room, transparency dies.
Você trabalha aqui? Qual é isso?
Isso aí é o centro de operações.
E qual pessoas trabalham aqui?
Da prefeitura.
Prefeitura e outra também?
Outro o quê?
Eu acho que a polícia, sim.
Sim, alguns sim.
E essa é a verdade que também trabalho com empresas privadas aqui?
Eu não sei te informar. Deixa eu olhar que eu tô com pressa. Um abraço.
Tá, nada. He was very cooperative until I asked if private people are working here. Then he said, oh no. I'm not going to answer this.
Now check this. That's what most people would say a camera. But as an agency owner, I see a CPU. I see a computer inside of this box. And this camera is not only watching you, it's actually calculating you. And it's processing your information in real time inside of that box and sending only the results over to the server. But what if the math is biased? I was in hospital for a simple infection and sitting only 10 centimeters away from a multi-murderer. He was covered in blood and wearing an ankle monitor. But how I knew? Within seconds I had downloaded his whole criminal record on my phone. In Brazil, your CPF number becomes your digital footprint of your life. You need it for almost everything. Buying groceries and getting discounts, buying medicines, flight tickets, even gym memberships, and even to subscribe to ChatGPT or Gemini, you need your CPF number. This CPF and digital footprint also becomes the digital pillory for poor people. In Brazil, privacy is a luxury product. If you are rich, you pay specialized lawyers and become invisible, via Artigo 189. If you are poor, you become public. This is a distortion of the transparency from 1988, and it's high-tech inequality. One search for the CPF and the system shows everything. As an agency owner, I know how AI learns. And if the data is biased, prediction becomes dangerous. If I sold you an app that is 100 times more likely to crash on iPhones rather than on Android, you said this app is broken. The error rate for dark skin is up to 100 times more. In the tech world, we call this a broken product. In Brazil, they call it security. Over 90% of facial recognition arrests are Black Brazilians, in a country that only has 56% Black Brazilians. But this is not a coincidence, it's math, repeating history. There's something called predictive policing. They send police to places where crimes might happen based on the past arrests. This causes even more arrests, so police return to the same poor neighborhoods again and again. In Brazil, mixed identities doesn't even fit in the algorithm. They call it pardo pardo. The AI forces people into boxes which erases their identity. And when public cameras merged with private data, accountability disappears. This car with tainted windows behind me, it's very unusual to see this kind of car in Rio, and I'm still in front of the building. So they just pulled up on me and stayed there for 30 minutes without coming out, and they just did some kind of light signs with a flashlight through the tainted windows, something like this, which probably means I should stop filming or maybe I should leave this place. But why Brazil? Because privacy is a luxury. If a drone flies over the city of God and scans your face, there's no lawyer to call. US giants and Israeli tech firms are testing their algorithms on Brazilian people. As a businessman, I see the efficiency, but as a man of faith, I see something breaking. And what works here won't stay here. Subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.